Good to have you here with us for Fox 8 News at 10 tonight, and a powerful and exclusive I-Team report reveals new details about a local Muslim leader and his role in an organization linked to Osama bin Laden.
Tonight's story contains tapes you have never heard and pictures you've never seen. Here's Fox 8 News I-Team reporter Bill Scheel.
We all saw all too well what terror can do. In a day, the world became black and white.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
The terror spreads from hate. Hate often born of religious conflict. Before and after September 11th, a prominent voice of peace in our community has been Fawaz Damra, the imam or spiritual leader of the largest mosque in Greater Cleveland, an adjunct professor at John Carroll University, a man whose own mosque was the target of an attack by a drunk driver just after September 11th. But last month, the I-Team exposed another side of Fawaz Damra. On this 1991 videotape, Damra called Jews the sons of monkeys and pigs. Ultimately, he apologized for the remarks, but he also flatly denied ever knowing any terrorist groups in America.
The fact of the matter, I was never associated with any group who are terrorists.
So is that true? The man who spoke such hate in 1991 is also the man who hugged Bishop Anthony Pilla 2 days after the September 11th attacks. So who is Fawaz Damra? The I-Team launched an investigation. Before he embraced Cleveland as home, Imam Fawaz Damra worked here in New York, in Brooklyn. And he left behind a past that we've never heard him talk about. The I-Team has uncovered Fawaz Damra's leadership role in an organization with direct links to Osama bin Laden. It's a story rooted in public records, but it begins in Afghanistan. In the mid-1980s, bin Laden and his spiritual mentor, Abdullah Azzam, set up an organization called the Services Office in Peshawar, Pakistan. It funneled guns and volunteers to the Mujahideen warriors in Afghanistan. They were fighting a jihad, a holy war, against Soviet invaders. According to bin Laden's 1998 federal grand jury indictment, the Services Office also established a satellite operation in New York called the Al-Khafa Refugee Center in Brooklyn.
That was definitely the place where the entire apparatus for Osama bin Laden began in the United States.
On paper, Al-Khafa was set up to provide for the needs and welfare of Afghan people. In reality, according to trial testimony, Al-Khafa was also a fundraising arm and recruitment center for Abdullah Azzam and Osama bin Laden.
Clearly, that was his first base of operations in which money was turned towards not only jihad worldwide, but towards Al-Qaeda.
The I-Team has now obtained the Articles of Incorporation that set up the Al-Khafa Refugee Center. One of its founding directors was Fawaz Damra.
With the Joint Terrorist Task Force.
Retired New York City Detective Tom Corrigan was assigned to investigate the Al-Khafa Refugee Center.
The connection between the Al-Khafa Refugee Center in Brooklyn at the time Damra was there and Osama bin Laden, is that damn near a direct line?
Yes. Between the service offices in Peshawar and the refugee center in Brooklyn, New York, there's a direct line.
In fact, the Al-Khafa Refugee Center was located in the Al-Farouk Mosque, where Fawaz Damra was the imam. Now remember, in the late 1980s, the CIA was also sponsoring the Mujahideen in Afghanistan as well as helping Osama bin Laden. But that all changes in February 1989 when the Soviets pull out of Afghanistan. But the work of the Al-Khafa Refugee Center here in Brooklyn was